The Canon EOS R is a fantastic camera, but being the first mirrorless camera in this line from Canon, there were a couple of things that could use some improvement, and I have this Metabones adapter for the RF mount to EF, so let's see if this can actually do anything and open up that crop a little bit in 4K. Hey guys, Tiago with Classical Technology here. Thank you for joining me for another video. If you like my content, please subscribe, smash that like button, leave a comment below. I'd love to know what type of camera you're using for whatever filming you're doing, be it of computer hardware or anything else. Very recently, Metabones released this RF to EF mount adapter. Now, this is a Speedbooster, so basically what it's going to do for you is give you an extra stop of light. So let's say if your lens happens to be an aperture of f4, it can now be a 2.8, or if it's a 2.8, it can be a 2. But basically, one of the main things it's going to do, aside from giving you more light to your lens, it's going to help you with the crop factor in the EOS R. Now, most cameras like the Sony a7 III, you have that full frame sensor and you don't really have this issue, but the EOS R does crop at 4K at 1.77 crop, which it can be pretty significant depending on the lens that you're using. I had to go down all the way to a 16 to 35 lens so I can get that really wide shot in 16. But now with this Metabones adapter, it's going to bring it down to about 1.24. And if you're using the Canon RP, which is the little bit downgraded version of the Canon EOS R, you're going to be able to go down to about 1.15, which is pretty impressive considering where it started from. So now, right now, I'm filming at 16 millimeters on the Canon 16 to 35. This is the second version of the lens. It's roughly about 2.0 the aperture, 1/50th shutter speed, and my ISO is around 400. So this lens is definitely getting a lot better than it usually does. You can see how wide the 16 millimeters is. It's much wider than if I was just using this as a crop. Now, this isn't necessarily the widest you can get, just because if this was a full frame sensor without any crop limitation, you would be able to see more, but at least this gives you more usable lens space and you don't have to kind of cram in different lenses because you're so limited. Now, the crop generally isn't an issue. If you're going to be filming something, you can definitely get around it. You can use a different lens or even move back a little bit, but having a more normal full frame size crop is definitely going to be beneficial, just because you're going to be used to the ranges of your lenses and it's going to be easier for you to get a really wide shot without having to go to a crazy wide lens. So far, everything has been working perfectly well. Now, of course, if you put this in stills or camera mode, to take a picture, it opens up that full frame sensor and you do get a lot of vignetting on the side of all these lenses. So this is really a video only type of speed booster. I wouldn't recommend it for those other type of lenses unless you're going to crop it out and just do like a 1:1 ratio for Instagram or something like that. So this is really focused towards a video 4K lens. I really feel like I can use all my lenses now without having any sort of crazy issues, and I get a much closer range to a full frame camera, which I definitely like the look of. Now I'm just going to show you some computer B-roll footage using this speed booster. That way you can see how it opens up on some of the lenses. I'm going to use a 16 to 35 second version EF lens. I'm going to use a 100 millimeter 2.8 L lens, as well as a 24 to 105 f4 lens. That way you get to see a nice little juxtaposition of the different lenses. So enjoy. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy my content. Smash that like button. Leave a comment below. I want to know if you guys use cameras to film your computers and what you're using, if it's something that interests you. And I'll see you guys on the next video.